I know. Okay. Had one cup of coffee already. Now it's time for getting going. We'll do another cup of coffee. And get dressed. Gotta get all these dishes done and put away. Need to get my water cup going. Needs to be rinsed out because I took it with me yesterday on my trip to the chiropractor and all that's to Abilene and all that. So I really need to do more water. little bit cooler this morning, so we're gonna get the bacon done today. Eating carnivore, Mr. Fiber and I eat probably, well, not probably, we do. We eat 2 packs of bacon per week. It's a nice snack and it's protein. It's very satisfying. You can have a couple pieces of bacon, a couple pieces of cheese for a snack, and we're good. I fish around for the best price I can get on bacon. And you saw me cleaning the tray for the George Foreman. That's what I was cleaning earlier, getting the fat and stuff off of it. We use the George Foreman and make our meat of choice, whether it's a hamburger, a steak, small steak. I package everything up into smaller packages and I put them in the freezer that way. Are you gonna eat your breakfast, Bubby? Why don't you eat your breakfast? Huh? Go ahead. No? You don't want your breakfast? He has not eaten yet. I know. I don't know why. For some reason today, he hasn't felt like eating. Most morning, he's right up and at 'em, and he wants to, he's like ready for his food. But today is probably one of those days he doesn't feel all that well. He had that big adventure yesterday. He and Duke decided to take down a skunk. Yeah. I went to go walk. It was about 80 degrees and I said, well, I have to get used to it being a little warmer because we are fixing to move into the really, really hot season here in Texas. So there's no reason to put it off. I need to just start, you know, getting out in the heat. Okay, I gotta start my oven to 390. So I went out there and got almost to the other end of the field. Serbs was doing something else. He was off doing his own thing. And Duke decides to start whining. And when he does that, it gets Serbs over there because Serbs is like, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got? What is it? Let me at it. Let me at it. He is always up for it, whatever it is. Johnny on the spot, especially when Duke whines. Well, the skunk had gone off in his hole, which is up next to a patch of cactus. And Duke didn't do anything. No, he just whines. Serves gets in there, digs it all out, pulls out the skunk, then they fight over it. It sprays them both, and now I have to wash him because he comes in the house. Duke stayed out. This was day before yesterday. Okay, I think I can scrunch these in and not use that other tray. Although, you know what? I piss on it. I've already got it out. Why don't I just use it? I'm just going to use it. It's already here. So I said, well, there's no way I can make my full walk because now I'm not going to have the energy to do the full walk and make it back to the house with serves where I can wash him. Now, all I'm going to have energy for is the walk back from here and wash serves. So that's what we did. And that was the rest of my day. Now I use baking soda and peroxide and warm water. That was what that big old bowl was for. All right, let me wash my hands. I use, oh, I forgot that one. I have some of these that I have made and some of these that Mr. Fiber's aunt has made. I use them all over the house. I'm gonna put a clean one under the George Foreman. I need a clean one for Mr. Fiber's coffee. I need a clean one for over here by the water. Clean one for washing dishes. This one and this one that Chelsea made will go in the laundry, and I will go get the other dish mat for there. I thought it was in the laundry room, but evidently I put it away already. Here it is. This is the one that I made for my daughter Carrie, and when she moved, no, I made one for my daughter Carrie. I made another one for my daughter Chelsea. This one was too small for Chelsea's area. So I took it and I had it for a long time over there, and it was under Duke's bowl. But Duke got a new bowl, which is raised because he's getting older. So I used that one and I used that other one I just showed you. I was not home yesterday because I did chiropractor and all that good stuff. So I normally would wash all of that stuff on Mondays. So we'll just get it all in the wash today and change everything out to brand new. Okay, so yeah, I use all of my, I certainly use my crochet and knit stuff. All right, I'm gonna get this bacon done and then we will talk some more. Okay, so the rest of the story is that I used that big bowl and I put about a half of a box of baking soda, a half of a big jug of hydrogen peroxide, and then I put some warm water in there, and I just when the baking soda gets all dissolved, I put more warm water, mix all that up, and I took it out, and I just cup it and put it up over his face and over his chest and you know, all of that, because I don't want to douse him with that. And it works really well at neutralizing the smell, but nothing gets rid of the smell. Nothing completely gets rid of it. He still has a faint smell of, especially on his snout, the skunk smell kind of sticks in there. So I buy a product off of Amazon called De-Skunk, and they have one that's a foam, and you foam it up, and then you can put that all over their face. It works. It's a second layer that goes on, and I do it a third time after he has dried, and that really gets rid of most of it. And then there's a spray that goes on the rest of his body of the De-Skunk. It's an ordeal. It's a definite ordeal. Anyway, I need to find a bottle. I don't, because we have that you saw that I use our gravity fed water filter. I don't use bottled water. I don't have a bottle that is a little bit lighter that I can put in here to take with me when we walk. So I need to find one of those. So yeah. The table here, that's where I'm working on. I want to make a runner for this table. I have some placemats here, but I want to remove these placemats here. Let me show you. I want to remove all of these placemats and just put one tablecloth all the way from here, all the way, and have it go across. And I think what I'm going to use, pretty much decided I'm going to use that red number 10 thread that I bought to do that shawl that I was not able to make. And maybe one of Crystal from Bag O' Day. She has started some motifs. I might use one of her motifs and just make some of those and put them in squares. Make it, you know, the width that I like. So 3, 4 of those motifs together, and then see how far I get with that. Possibly, I don't know. I have too many projects going right now to start that one, which is why I haven't started yet. So the bacon's in. Yeah. And it is 10 o'clock in the morning. So I will have the bacon done. I will have the dishes done. I will have the bed made. Serves has been fed. The next thing I need to do is to take their bowls and clean them out. I've got to put vinegar in those because we get a lot of gyp here. The paintings were done by my mama. If y'all remember me talking about how my mom was a painter, those were done by my mama. The roosters. Yep. Okay. It is 10 o'clock. I've taken my medicines, but I have not eaten. So as soon as that bacon comes out, I will get some bacon and eggs in the air fryer, and then I will wash the air fryer baskets. Those teal silicones go in the air fryer, and I really like them. I wish they were shaped like my air fryer. I debated not getting them. They were at Walmart, and they came 2 to a pack. I believe there were 2 to a pack, or I just bought 2. However, I bought 2. And they're square. but they still work. I just push them down in there, and I really like that. I rather wash those, and they wash real easy. I've cooked chicken, like the baked chicken from the deli at Walmart, the whole chickens. I just put them in a bag and I push them down to flatten them out, and then pull them apart in the bag to where there's like 4 sections of it, and everything. With everything, I get a little bit of white meat, a little bit, you know. And I just take one section and I put the silicone in there, and then I put that chicken on there, and that's a meal. I have that with some veggies or a salad. I need to do salad today because I bought lettuce. I bought all of those avocados, and evidently when you have EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, avocados are not good for you. So I need to do more research on that. I'm gonna eat those. I'm not letting them go to waste. Sometimes I have that and an egg and some fruit, and that's my meal. Maybe some cheese. Aged cheese is not good for you with EDS, and cured meats. So sausages, beef jerky, the quick snacks that I have been eating, the Archer beef sticks, evidently those are not good for you because they have, even though they are grass-fed, they have the preservatives and stuff in them. I don't know. Like I said, I need to do more research and wait for the doctors to kind of give me a little bit of an idea, and maybe see if I can find a resource from a dietitian which is trained for EDS. Yeah, that's what I got right now. Okay, I may put something after this. I may not. If I don't, y'all have fun today, and I love y'all. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all. I just have such a mess in here. Depending on how much energy I now have, I will have to get this all kind of picked up. I'm working on it. I'm gonna clear off my table. I've got stuff under my table that has to be put away. Yeah. Then there's the stuff over there on my desk. Yeah. Oh, trouble, trouble, trouble. I'm working on that pillow. What are you gonna work on? You gonna work on your bone? Okay. So I finished both sides of the pillow. And I'm stitching it together. And drop the pillow. Here is the pillow, covered in hair. Now I'm gonna have to clean it before I put it in there. This one is Oliver's. And everything always looks so big before I put it in there. But then when I get the pillow in there, there's really not a whole lot of extra room. There's really not, once you stitch everything together, there's really not a whole lot of extra room on this. Yep. So that one will be Oliver's. And then I started a new project, making mandalas. If you want to do this with me, get a copy of the Annie's. If you go to Annie's Attic, used to be Annie's Attic. I'm not sure that's what it's called anymore, but it's an Annie's catalog. You can get this in a lot of different places. You can probably order it off of Amazon. Anyway, if you can get a hold of one of these are the ones that I'm doing. And I'm starting with Serenity, the Serenity Mandala Throw. They used chunky yarn for this one, 5 weight. I am not. This one is supposed to be 52 inches around, so I will have to go more rounds in order to get there. But yeah, they used the Huga yarn for this one. This is what I have left of that from Oliver's pillow. I'm using it to put it together. Okay, on this one, I'm using that Bag O' Day yarn that I just got from Mary Maxim. That's how it's looking so far. I am on round 11, I think. Yes, I'm fixing to start round 11. This is so much fun. Now, there's a lot of ends to weave in when you first start because you're switching around pretty quickly. So you have, you know, you feel like you're doing a lot of ends right in the beginning. This one is the Shimmering Hues. And the colors that I am using, it's a 4 color in the pattern. And I'm about to start this one again, which is Live at Wembley, Bag O' Day Tonal Hues. And this one is not the Tonal Hues, this one is called Shimmering Hues. So Live at Wembley, Liquid Mercury, Mr. Fahrenheit, I opened all of this on my live on Sunday in this she shed if you want to go back and look. This one is Burning Through the Sky. So those are the 4 colors that I'm using for this one. Let me show you one more time. So we'll probably have to do more just plain rounds at the outside of it to make it a little bit bigger. These are throws. These are not meant to be blankets. These are meant to be throws, which means they're all a smaller lap blanket size. They could also very easily be made for babies for throwing on the floor or in the car, in a, you know, going to the mall with the, who goes to the mall anymore? Shopping, you know, shopping, carting your kid around, that kind of thing. So there's that, and that is all I have worked on. I did start the second side of the, oh, I finished a hat. I finished that hat. I'm starting the second side of the sweater. So I have, this side is done. And I started the second side, the hexie. And this pattern, I'm using Yarn Bees Must Be Merino Aran in a blue smoke. Oh. Yeah, I just hit my arm. It's all right. Let me find the pattern. This is why I need to clean up, because everything in here is a dang mess. It's a dang old mess in here. I can't find it. It's the Bag O' Day sweater. It's her Hexie cardigan. Yeah, I don't know. It's here somewhere. It is not in the bag. So I finished the Pelicans hat. This is the knit hat that I made for Mr. Narcisse in Louisiana. He is the coach for the Pelicans team. So I made the brim extra long, and I changed it where this color change would be here instead of on the inside, because I know he'll roll it up. And by making that extra long, it means that can be rolled up. See, and then you don't have that color change right there. Because I know, and he could even do 3 if he wants to, so that it's right at the top of the ear, because it's long enough for that. But I'm figuring that he will do 2 rolls. And that's how I built it. I built it for 2 rolls. I used Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn in the red, the white, and the black. And I used the Must Be Merino in a yellowy color, because there's just a little bit of it in the writing around the logo for the Pelicans. So I put just one little touch of it in there. So that is done. Okay, now I've got to get after it. I got to get all this other stuff cleaned up. I have worked on the poncho, and I finished quite a bit of it. Where's it at? I must have put it away. I don't have it over here either. Everything is just such a mess. So I'm going to rest a little while, and then I get a little bit more energy,